Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 75. We're in the Gospel of John. We're wrapping up an encounter that Jesus has with Peter. And yesterday was pretty much rainbows and puppies where, do you love me? Yes, Lord, you know that I love you. Feed my lambs. He does this 3 times. It's a time of great intimacy, and there's a charge from Jesus to shepherd his church. And there's this 3-part restoration, mimicking his 3-part betrayal. Jesus seeks him out for this, and it's just a wonderful time. There's no paragraph change, and it just goes right into this next section. So after these verses of great intimacy with Jesus, these 2 verses, they really stopped me today. This is from John chapter 21, verse 18 and 19. So he just gets done saying, do you love me? And he says to him, Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you. And Jesus says to him for the 3rd time, feed my sheep. And then verse 18, truly, truly, I say to you, when you were young, you used to dress yourself and walk wherever you wanted. But when you are old, you will stretch out your hands, and another will dress you and carry you where you do not want to go, where you do not want to go. Verse 19, this he said to show by what kind of death he was to glorify God. And after this he said to him, follow me. So we have 5 elements here, 5 things about Peter. We find out now that he is young. He's able to dress himself. He's able to walk where he wants to go. He has volition. He has ability to do what he wants. And then he's got more life ahead of him. He's got a future. And then we find, in contrast to those 5 things, he's not going to be young. He's going to be old. He's going to lose something, the ability to dress himself or wear what he wants. Another gets to do that. And either the ability to walk or the capture may be carried. It's said that Peter was, we don't have this is church tradition, that he was crucified upside down because he didn't want to dishonor the Lord in any way. And then the 4th thing is by volition. He stretches out his hands as if his hands are bound. And then his future isn't life, but his future is death. So his hands are tied, not being able to do what he wants. I'm speculating on the tied part. Tied, it doesn't actually say that. But he doesn't get to wear what he wants. He's older. He's either is not able to ambulate independently, or certainly not able to go where he wants to go. The point is, Peter is going to, he goes from this rainbows and puppies time of joy and intimacy with the Lord to being at a place where he doesn't want to be. This is Peter, Saint Peter. And Peter, Jesus is telling him tough things are going to happen to you. So probably today, as you're listening, you get to do what you want to do today. And you probably get to do what you want to do when you want to do it and where you want to. This is kind of the American dream, is to do what you want, when you want, where you want, wearing what you want, even, and heading in the direction that you want. And we find Peter, who is not released from the Lord. This is not a sign of being away from the Lord. This is actually a sign of being in his hand, in his care, and in his charge, where the Lord sees all these things that's going to happen to Peter, that he's not going to be able to do what he wants. He's not going to have volition. He's not going to be heading towards more life. He's going to be heading towards death. He's going to be either losing abilities, or these abilities are going to be specifically taken away from him in some sort of a capture sort of a way. He's going to lose the independence to do what he wants to do. So here's the question for us, is he says this to show by what kind of death he was to glorify God. So in the loss of all 5 of these things, volition and age and abilities and independence and life and the ability to go where he wants to go. In all of these things, Peter does glorify God. So that's kind of even prophesied here. By the kind of death Peter was to die, he was glorifying God. So I guess the question I'm asking us today is the Lord going to be enough? Will I follow him when I lose my volition? Will he be enough when I'm old? Will he be enough as abilities fade, or maybe that they're taken from you? Will he be enough when independence is at risk? Will he be enough that there isn't more life ahead, that there's just death ahead? And what he charges Peter here is follow me. Follow me when you lose your volition. Follow me when you lose your youth. Follow me when you lose your abilities. Follow me when you lose your independence. Follow me when you're heading towards death. And glorify me when you lose your volition. Glorify me when you lose your age. Glorify me when you lose your abilities. Glorify me when you lose your independence. Glorify me when you lose life ahead of you and all there is death. Is the Lord enough in these difficult? He says he is. He's intimate with them. This is not him withdrawing his hand. This is him saying, I will be with you in all these things. Are you with the Lord for the long haul? Let's commit today that, Lord, you are enough now when I may have these things, abilities to do what I want, when I want, where I want. And in the day when I don't have the abilities to do what I want, where I want, when I want, Lord, you are enough. I will follow you, and I want to glorify you to the very end. Join me in that. Thank you for listening.